University of San Diego Athletics delivered one of the most chaotic weeks of the season, and it all came down to resilience and late game drama. Baseball started with a 13-0 run rule loss at Cal State Fullerton, but then flipped the script in conference play after dropping two tight games to Seattle University. The Toreros turned Sunday into absolute chaos. Down to their final strike, Jaden Greer drew a walk. The lineup flipped, and Andrew Gana delivered a walk-off single in a 13-12 Fowler Park thriller. Little Fowler magic out there at the University of San Diego. Diego Gonzalez also made history as the first Torero in 2026 with a multi-homer game. Softball also found drama of its own, going to extra innings before Charlie Johnson and Kaitlin Waniya powered a 4-3 walk-off win over Hawaii. For both programs, the message is the same. San Diego never stops playing. This week in San Diego Athletics was all about volatility, late game drama, and a clear theme emerging across both baseball and softball. This is a program that competes until the very last out. For baseball, the week started off with a not that great of a start. Got a reality check. Midweek trip to Cal State Fullerton ended in a 13-0 run rule loss, Frank.
Yeah, where the Toreros managed just one hit from Jaden Greer, who was, it was just one of those games where nothing ever clicked offensively, and Fullerton controlled it from start to finish. But once West Coast Conference play resumed, the tone completely shifted against Seattle U. USD showed flashes of offensive life, but could not fully close the gap in back-to-back games, falling 7-4 on Friday and then 11-6 on Saturday. But still, there were signs of momentum, and Andrew Gana stayed locked in at the plate. Jaden Greer continued to grind out at bats, and Logan Piper gave the bullpen a strong, steady outing that helped stabilize things. And then Sunday happened.
Yeah, again, I mean, they lost the first two games, and again, the pitching has been the biggest problem for San Diego all season long. And this was a chaotic game on Sunday. I mean, they started the game. They put up 5 runs in the first inning. It was the first time they'd done that in a long time at Fowler Park. First time they put up 5 runs in the first inning since their game against Cal earlier on in the season. And the offense was really clicking. But again, the bullpen gave it up late. They go into the last inning down 12-10. And they got, leadoff man gets out. Second guy up was Diego Gonzalez. He hit a solo shot to right field, his second homer of the day, which was great to see. That was his 5th home run as a freshman this season. And it was a no-doubter. It was close to the line, but it stayed fair. It gave San Diego some more life. They were down 1. Next batter pops up. They're down to their final out. Jaden Greer comes in. They're down to their final strike, and he sees 13 pitches and works a walk. So right now you have a freshman that hit a home run in the last inning and a freshman that works a 13-pitch walk to get the tying run on base. Couple of hits at the top of the order, get the tying run in, and then it was Andrew Gana, who has been the best hitter for the Toreros since March 1st, getting the walk-off winner. They really needed that, especially going into a game on Tuesday against UCSD.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. It wasn't clean. It wasn't simple, but it was exactly the kind of game that can define a locker room even later on in the season as we are.
Let's get to softball. They had a week that showed both promise and frustration. They battled Cal State Fullerton in midweek action, but fell 10-3 despite a short-lived rally sparked by Kaylee O and Mallory Axline. The offense showed it can string together hits, but a big Titans 4th inning ultimately decided it for Fullerton over San Diego. Against UCSD, it was another competitive effort, but another tough result in the 7-3 loss. Taylor Johnson and O again provide offensive sparks, but a 4-run inning by UCSD created separation. The highlight of the week came Thursday night against Hawaii. That game went all the way to the 9th inning, tied at 3, before Charlie Johnson delivered a complete game performance, and Kaitlin Waniya drove in the walk-off run in a 4-3 victory. It was the kind of game that showcased toughness, pitching endurance, and timely execution under pressure.
Yeah, for baseball, the identity right now is inconsistency, but it's also undeniable fight. They can get run ruled in one day and then win a 13-12 thriller the next. The ceiling is clearly there, especially with Gana, Gonzalez, and the top of the order producing in key moments. For softball, the story is consistency within games, but inconsistency across the weekends. When they execute late, They could beat anyone as shown in the Hawaii walk-off, but sustain conference success. Still their next step right now.
Yeah, it's being able to be consistent as the biggest driving force for both USD baseball and softball this spring. Still a lot of baseball and softball left, but running out of time to make a push for both squads. We'll keep you updated on that throughout the weeks.